Hello, I'm Pamela Davis. Welcome to episode 55 of the Well Done Life podcast. Hello, and welcome back to episode 55 of the Well Done Life podcast. I'm your host, Pamela Davis. If you're new here, hey, welcome. So glad to talk to you. If you've been here before, hey to you too. But thank you for continuing to rock with me. I know you guys are probably tired of me saying this, but reputation creates consistency. So the Well Done Life podcast is about building community. It's about creating space for women to share our stories so that we can learn and grow from each other. I truly do believe that many of the things that plague us in society can be solved through women coming together. We're the foundation of society. We need to find ways to understand and lift each other up. So I love to give that introduction and hopefully set it into the atmosphere so that hopefully more of us can see that bond and start to really come together. Well, before we jump into this week's episode, I want to make sure that I send prayers into the atmosphere for us all. I have definitely been trying to say prayers for everyone who's dealing with COVID, all of us. I mean, it's definitely been a struggle. And if you look at it, it's been almost a year since COVID hit. And we have seen so much happen during this time, and we have experienced death on such a large scale. And we've seen people arguing about their freedoms as it relates to wearing a mask and social distancing. This has definitely been a time for the record books. So I wanted to take this time because this is such a special podcast for me, and just in general, I think this is a special time for us all. Like I said, we're coming up on a year that we have been dealing with COVID-19. I want to send healing juju and prayers into the atmosphere, that we are learning the power of empathy during this time. And I'm also praying that we are learning the power of health. And I'm not just talking about physical health, even though that's definitely super important. This is definitely a time where you should be trying to be good to your body through what you eat, through what you do what you do. There's just so many different aspects as to why we should be treating our bodies like the temple that it really is. But I'm also praying that we learn the power of mental health. There are a lot of people out here who are struggling, and many people have been forced to work through their fears just to keep food on the table. I mean, a lot of us are working from home, but a lot of us aren't. There are a lot of people who are going on the front line and putting themselves as well as their family members in danger because that's what they have to do in order to survive. So this is a really challenging time filled with so many unknowns. But we have to learn how to be understanding and creating that space for people to share their concerns without judgment. Because if we really think about it, giving that space to someone, it can help them, and it might even save someone's life because you don't really know what people are carrying. And remember, most people don't look like what they've been through. So I think that this is just a time to leave judgment at the door. Like I said, we're all carrying something. So prayers and love to everyone, because I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I think we all need it. And definitely, this is, like I said, a special moment for me. This episode is very, very special because it is officially my birthday. I am recording this on Thursday night at 10:18, which is not my birthday, but by the time you guys hear this, it will be my birthday. And it's my first Podaversary. I mean, it's my Podaversary. And I want to make this special for you and me. And I'm just so blessed to be able to celebrate two such special moments with you. And I mean, heck, I really couldn't have done this without you guys at all. I mean, really, I could always release content, but not having you listen would definitely be a bummer. But I can truly say that the feedback that I have started, that has been shared with me, has been so positive, and your positivity has really kept me going on this journey, because when I think of where I started from, baby, honey, ooh, I'm just glad you made it through the first few episodes. They weren't bad. I just think that when listen to them, I was really just a bundle of emotion and nerves, because I'm going to be frank, I really never imagined that I would get to this point. Um, really, I literally thought I was going to do what I always have done. And that's just kind of get started and then I get tired in air quotes and stop being consistent. And it's not a matter that I'm tired. It's just I'm afraid. The fear of putting myself out there would make me feel like I'm going to fail. And I would let that fear propel me to do something worse. I'd stop. And I don't really think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of us have experienced those moments. And for me, it's something that I have really, really battled with for a very long time because I can't count the amount of times that I've stopped and started my passions. And I was going to call them projects, but they're really not. They're truly are my passions because they're what I love to do. Like I love sharing with people. I love sharing with you guys. Doing this, talking to you is cathartic for me. And it always motivates me to keep going when I hear people finding just gleams of information from maybe some of my experiences or some of the guests that I've had. It shows me again that I'm right, that there is always room for space for conversation, even though the world is so social. It is just still important for us to have old conversations and that there's still room for us to learn and to grow. But like I said, it is cathartic for me, and that the positive reception that I have received from you guys has truly kept me going. But again, it was always kind of fear that was holding a steady hand, waiting for me to kind of slip up and then let it go in. But this time, I've really made the decision not to. And I have so many people that I could say helped influence that, because just kind of kicking it back to when I first started, when I was a bundle of nerves, in that first episode that I released on my birthday on February the 25th, 2020. I was afraid, and I had been secretly recording those episodes just so that I would kind of have something in the tuck, because my friend had challenged me to, and it really wasn't more so a challenge. It was, she reached out to me to help her kind of get started marketing her podcast. And then while I'm talking to her about things that she could do, she started talking to me about, well, why haven't you launched this? And I told her about it, and then how I had been going through it and wanting to, really share this audience, and how this is something that at one point I really was gung-ho about. Heck, I even have a website, probably a shell of a website, that I had another company put together for me. But unfortunately, it just, through a lack of communication and just some other things and life kind of coming in at me at that point, I got tired or afraid. And I couldn't find the strength at that point to push through. So I tucked my dream away, and I just worked on trying to make sure that I was taking care of my family and working and just going through the motions of life. But when my friend and I connected and started talking about on a creative level and talking about passion, she was just like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just try. It's so easy. You can do this. And she literally walked me through. She showed me how to use my mic with my computer and got me started. And once I got started, I never looked back. That first episode, like I said, baby, honey, ooh, it definitely probably sounds like it's all over the map. And I was all over the map. I didn't have a plan. I didn't a show note. All I knew in my heart was that night I had to start, because I knew that if I just took a chance and I started, that it would be okay. And so I just went for it. And I just kept going for it ever since. And I feel like as every episode has gone on up into this point, I feel like it's gotten better. And I'm so grateful for that, because it's helped me be able to learn. I'm a student of the podcast game. I love podcasts. I've been listening to them for quite some time, and I still love listening to them now. I feel like podcasting is just such a great opportunity to build community across so many different subjects. And I love the interactions. I think having conversation, hearing voices, watching visuals, it gives us an opportunity to feed our minds and our souls. Because again, we are just so inundated with information sometimes that I think, it's nice to be able to connect with people on some semblance of a level, especially since we are just sometimes so regulated to social media and we don't really get that chance to really glean their character or their energy. But through a podcast, hearing someone's voice, if they're really doing it well, you can hear their heart. I truly believe that. I think you can hear, like they always say, you can hear when people are smiling. You can hear when people are sad, the emotions, and it just draws you into the experience. And that's just even more of the reasons why to love podcasting. But I hope that when I communicate with you guys, when I'm talking to you, you can hear my heart, because this is truly something I'm passionate about. I love it. I've worked a full day at my regular job and beyond, because I wanted to make sure I had everything set up. So for my birthday, because I'm taking off, and we're going to talk about my birthday, but coming here and recording this late at night, it's perfect because this is when I feel like I'm in my zone. I'm energized and I don't even need caffeine. This is just something that's pure passion and energy. So I want to thank you, because again, this is so special. And then I am blown away at the fact that we are here on our 55th episode a year later. That's crazy to me. So that means, because obviously we're going to stay consistent. I'm going to keep going. I'm thinking next year that's 110 and beyond. And it just blows my mind, because it's just me sitting in my room with my microphone in my computer and talking to you and my notes, and it just feels right. I love this, and I just can't wait to see the directions that we continue to grow and build this community, because I have some ideas and goals for the year. But I am kind of one of those women. I do like to, as they say, as the great Notorious B.I.G. said, or all bad girls move in silence and violence. Not necessarily violence here, but definitely in silence. So I have some things that I'm sure by the end of the year will unfold to help us grow on this path. But I just ultimately, like I said, I want to say thank you, because I could not do this without you guys taking the time to listen to me or to share with me through DMs and comments and social media. I just feel so blessed to know that maybe I might be adding value, because in a space that's filled with so many voices, so many wonderful voices, and so much that we all have going on in our lives, if I can offer you a few moments of peace or inspiration or joy or laughter, happiness, all of those wonderful things, then I feel like I've done my job. And that makes me feel good. And I love having you a part of the community. And I look forward to us growing and sharing together. Because like I said, we're at 55, and 55 is such an intentional time. And you guys know me, I'm a big signs, numbers, and inspiration kind of girl. So of course I had to kick it back to my favorite. I had to do some research, and I hadn't done this in a while, and I was so much more consistent before with every 7th episode doing a recap and doing intention, because I loved having an opportunity to kind of catch you up on some of the things that maybe you had missed, as well as let's set the foundation for the next phase. So I will try to glean back into it. I kind of lost track as I started to get into more guests and lose it with the number. But 7, just so that everyone knows, kind of to help you understand where I'm going with this. 7 is my number. And 7 is angel numbered, is a number of completion. So every 7th episode, what I had been doing is I would recap the previous episodes, and then we would talk about the meaning of the number. Because normally if you think about, or if you're into numbers and signs and wonders and all those things, when you're seeing numbers in repetitive areas of your life, those are indication of things to come. Those are signs, those are wonders, those are communication points for you. So I like to set the foundation for how things are going to go with the podcast, because I feel like energy is always around me. and I try to cling into good juju. So this is a special number. This is a special time. I want to set the foundation. So this is angel number 55. And angel number 55, it is a master number. It is the number of independence, freedom, and self-determination. And it also has a double meaning because of the vibrational essence of the number 5. And with the energy of a particular number is doubled, it increases that energy by a factor of 2. So the energy of the number 5 is adventurous, highly versatile, and capable of meeting any challenge that life brings. And the number 55 can also be reduced to 2 factors, 5 and 11. So there's so many different meanings here. But stay with me. As a multiple of master number 11, angel number 55 is also considered, like I said, a master number, which means that it carries a higher frequency vibration than other 2-digit numbers. And like I mentioned, it is the number of independence, freedom, and self-determination. When this vibration is operating in your life, it means that you should be looking forward and focusing your mind on new things. And it is saying that it was also a time where there will be a lot of establishment of a variety of new social, romantic relationships during this time. Essentially, this is a really high grade number for us. This is the number of new beginnings in leadership and opportunity because, again, it is a factor of 1. So that really fits into where we're going because this is a whole new phase. I mean, we are now celebrating our first year of It's My Podaversary. And this is special for you and me. So this is a sign for us to both grow and transition together. So I am looking forward to all the wonderful things that will come. And like I said, last year I had a group of wonderful women. We talked about so many different subjects, from mental health to branding, to influence, to social justice, to history. And I would like to continue that trend because I think in this community, this is, again, that safe space where we talk about subjects that sometimes make other people uncomfortable, but we talk about them here because we know that we can keep it real and honest so that we can grow and learn together. But at the same time, we give peace and reverence to what feeds our soul, what feeds our heart, what feeds our mind. And I will continue that trend going into 2021. I have a few guests that I'm trying to line up now. It's funny. I wanted to have on guests earlier in the year, like in January. I was thinking about it. But like I said, it just kind of started off differently. So I wanted to center myself and I had to get quiet. And that was during the time when I was doing my Pathway to Peace journaling portion with Alexandra L. And now I've kind of finished that, but definitely since that time, it really has been now about not trying to force things. I feel like the direction that we're in is that, as I make invitations and extend people to come here, people will come here, they'll be here when the timing is right. This isn't about forcing anyone or anything. This is a time, like we were just saying, of independence, new beginning, and opportunity. Those opportunities will flow to us because we're being that open vessel that we should be to receive it. So take that into yourself as well. Be an open vessel. This is a brand new opportunity. This is the end of Black History Month, the end of February. We're going into March, which is almost the end of the quarter of the first quarter of 2021. So look at, the things that you wanted to accomplish. Think about the intentions that you may have set for yourself going into this time. Where are you? Are you focused on learning new things? Are you focused on new experiences? Making sure that you're just continuing, allow yourself to stay open. Stay open. I think that's just so important for you. So I hope that you're giving yourself that space for that. It's time. You need to stay open. There's new wonderful things coming, so just be prepared. Just something that I felt in my spirit I wanted to say to you. But like I said, this is a powerful time for the podcast. So this is a perfect time for us to be celebrating our first Podaversary. And I'm just so glad that I could share it with you. And so that kind of flips me to the other special moment in my life. Today is my birthday, or the 25th, when you're listening to this, is my birthday. And I am so excited. This will be my 48th rotation around the sun. And I'm very proud of that. I feel like, especially in 2021, with everything that we have dealt with COVID-19 and the amount of loss that we have seen, and I know people who have personally experienced, I think we should all be grateful for every rotation around the sun that we are blessed to get, because somebody else didn't get that blessing. And we shouldn't hide our age or be embarrassed. I know, sometimes as women, we just kind of like, oh my God, I can't, I'm over 40, or I'm 30 forever. No, I'm 48 years old and I'm so proud. I'm still young. I'm still cute. I'm still moisturized. Thank God. And I feel grateful. And so having this time is just a blessing. And truly, that's where my heart is with it. I'm just, like I said, I'm so grateful. For me, birthdays are so different. This one especially is very different with being home. I normally am not home on my birthday. For the past several years, I try to travel because that's like my time where I just set a moment aside for myself. It's something that I have been working toward all year. I save for, so that when I go, it's just I'm ready to go. So this is different being home. But it is probably going to be amazing. I don't really know. I have a couple of things that I'm going to do to celebrate with my family, but I'm just so grateful to be able to spend it with them. Like I said, with COVID-19, I really realized the power of being home with my family and just how special an opportunity that really is, and being able to create moments with them, because I know that there is somebody, unfortunately, who did not get that moment. So I am definitely going to be grateful for it. And kind of like what we did with 55, because obviously for the podcast, that is a very special number. But I also like to do that for myself on a personal level, because I really do feel like, obviously when you have another rotation around the sun, or birthday, as I like to call, or birthday, you really want to make sure that you're setting that intention. So for me, when I look at my number of 48, this is a number that tells me that my angels are helping me manifest abundance in my life. And that even though I may not see them presently, physically, I just need to know that they are working tirelessly on the sidelines on my behalf. And I know that because this year I have really, in my prayer life, tapped into the power of my ancestors in my prayer, because I know that God has many warriors in his kingdom. And I am very grateful to know personally that I come from a long generation of praying grandmothers, grandfathers, a praying dad. My father he could pray down, and he was just so at peace that he literally could go to sleep at the drop of a hat. When he laid his head on the pillow at night, my dad would be asleep in like less than 5 minutes. So his spirit was truly well. So I know that there are people advocating and keeping my family together, and I am so grateful for that. So I am tapping more into my ancestors and God when I pray. And not that this is turning to a religious side, but maybe that's where the direction of this conversation should go, and I'm good with it. Hope y'all are too. But I would totally recommend that when you are in your prayer life as well, that you invoke that will of your ancestors and of God all together, because there are many people in God's kingdom who advocate on your behalf and on the behalf of your family, so that you can make sure that you're completely covered. And there's nothing wrong with it, because you want to make sure you let everybody know in heaven what your request is and what you need, so that they can all be there supporting you and guiding you. So just a little side detour there with that, but I wanted to share that because, again, I think it is so important as we age to recognize where our center comes from, to recognize where our blessing comes from. Yes, I've been blessed. I've been able to travel many places. I've been able to accomplish many things, but I know truly my help comes from above. And God motivates me every day to be the person that I am. And God was so intentional. He gave me the parents that he gave me, who birthed me, So I know that I am covered on all sides. Know where your blessings come from and claim that into your life. Because as you get older, life gets clearer. And the more clearer that it gets, the more challenging it can be, because now the blinders are off and you're seeing things as they truly are. Because remember, we're in a very revelational time and we are seeing so many things occur. You have to know what is true and where to lean. And God will always be that place that we can lean into. So again, a little soapbox moment there, but definitely wanted to make sure I shared that. So like I said, for me, I know this is a time in my life where, yes, my ancestors, my guardian angels are supporting me, and they are helping me recognize new opportunities, make new connections, perform my best, and be inspired with every step. And I am grateful for that inspiration, because I hope that inspiration will translate into what we're doing here with the Well Done Life. And this number, the angel number 48, is a reminder that when you follow what your heart is telling you, and you also honor your soul mission and life purpose, you also honor your soul mission and life purpose. It may be easier said than done, but that's what my guardian angels are there to remind me of, to stay connected. And when when this period of my life comes in, this is a life where it's a need for truth and honesty. And if I feel conflicted about something, or tempted to take the easy but less honorable road, I have to know that my guardian angels are going to keep me accountable, which is good because, again, like I told y'all earlier, I don't plan on getting tired, in air quotes. I want to stay passionate about this passion and determination. So I plan on hopefully sharing more of myself and more great content so that you will be inspired, because I want us all here on the journey doing great, great things. So again, this is a very transformational time for me. Not on my personal side, just with me having another rotation around the sun, as well as here on the podcast. And I feel so blessed because, again, for all of this, I have to give all praise and reverence to God for giving me strength to do it, but also to you for being here and supportive and listening, because this is a journey for me. And I don't have it all together. I know that I'm still learning and growing. And I ask you and invite you to please continue to share your feedback with me. Let me know what you're thinking and what you need, because I want to continue to see the podcast grow and evolve. That's what this is about. This is about building a community. And we are all going to have different needs based upon what we are going through. But I want you to know we're on this journey together. It's not always easy for me. Like I told you guys, I believe in last week's episode, it was tough. I was going through some stuff with family things that I was trying to work through. And, maybe one day we'll talk about it. But I feel very blessed to now kind of be on the other side of that. And we're working through really, really well. But it was hard. It was so hard. But you guys make me feel comfortable even when I'm going through one of the most toughest times of my life. So I just want you to know that this is always going to be hopefully a place where you can feel like you can reach out, and if you need support and encouragement, you can be encouraged. And I plan on hopefully continuing to share good content with you that will continue to inspire and encourage you, because I think that that's what we all need. We need that place, that someone who can just keep pulling in on us and pushing on us to recognize our greatness and to own it. So, like I said, this is special, and you are special. And I am just so, so blessed to have you as a part of this community. So that's kind of what I got going on this week. I am just so grateful. So this will be the episode for the week. And yes, it's going to go live on Thursday morning. So you're listening to it then. But I promise I'll be back next week. I already have new content on the way and some cool things to look out for. So definitely stay tuned. and tomorrow, because obviously I love you guys, and I'm going to be having cake tomorrow, and my cake won't be vegan. I am not eating vegan cake. I'm going to have cake this weekend. I might have a cocktail this weekend. I'm going to have a good time and enjoy myself. I'm going to leave a little treat surprise on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram at Pamela L. Davis, you'll see the post. Make sure you know what to do when you see it. Use it, because when it's gone, it's gone. But I think everybody should have a coffee or treat or something special, because hey, it's my birthday and it's my Podaversary. And no jokes about my singing. And if you haven't, have you ever heard the Tony version of "It's My Anniversary"? That's a really good song. So that's where I got "It's My Podaversary," and it's special for you and me. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you were able to glean some things to be inspired by, because I hope to always be that person who provides positivity and good content for you. Again, thank you for continuing to rock with me. Or if you're new here, thank you for joining the party. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Pamela L. Davis, because it'll be up there. I also will have it posted on the Well Done Life podcast Instagram too, so make sure you follow that one. Hey, you got to make sure you catch the treat when the treat is out there. And please like, share, subscribe, tell other people about the party. Make sure you give me a review, give me your feedback, send me a DM, whatever you need to do. I just want to talk to you, because it's always fun to engage with you guys. I cannot wait until I see you guys or talk to you all next week. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend filled with love, and that your week ends great. Just remember, you are doing your best, and your best is going to change from every moment based upon how you feel, and that's okay. You deserve the best, and I want the best for you. And until we talk again, I send you hugs, peace and love, good juju, and all those wonderful things. Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.